There we go. Good day, listeners, watchers, and everybody serious about heavenly things. This video today is about Melikhaya, which is called Malachi in the Bible. So I'm doing a comparison of the whole book, verse by verse, comparing the Xhosa original scrolls to the King James Version, the English ones. Okay, so there's so many discrepancies, so I'll just dive straight into it and you can see for yourself. Okay, let's start with the first verse. The first verse, the burden. So if there's no change, I'll just skip it. Okay. The burden in English, and then in Xhosa it says Isihlabo. Now that's a Bantu language, okay? Xhosa. Isihlabo. Isihlabo is a piercing pain, like that typical example, that picture I'm showing you there. So that verse should, the piercing pain of the word of the Lord of Israel by Malachi, okay? By Melikhaya. All right? So piercing pain instead of the burden, because that word is not a burden. The voice of Sonini will never be a burden. The voice of the Father of Israel will never be a burden. So that word is not a burden. It's a piercing pain. It's hlabo, which is a piercing pain. Okay, let's move on. Now here, in this second verse, Mkhuluwa is an older brother. Now you'll remember that in Xhosa, there's one word can be applied into different places, but now in English it won't happen like that. So whoever was looking at this was looking at Mkhuluwa, but there's no older brother or younger brother, one word in English. So they just said brother, okay? But I put it out there for you that Ninawa is a younger brother, Mkhuluwa is an older brother, okay? But in English you'll just have one brother. You know, they won't differentiate. So over there, it means older brother, okay? All right, let's move on. Third one is, it's not hated. Tia is not to hate. Tia is to despise, you know, is to hate somebody's actions. Hate the way somebody act is called uktia, right? So there, he said, I tia Esau. So he hated the way Esau act, okay? He didn't hate it. You know, something I want to explain to you now is that in the Xhosa language, there's nothing called hate. Okay, there's not even a word to say you hate someone. Okay, let me show you a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. So in the Xhosa language, it's okay. Let me show you three words that are close to something that when you say you hate somebody. First one is tia. Tia, the one we just saw now. Tia is to hate somebody's actions. I tia this. I tia is to hate the actions. Okay. Now nyanya is to feel disgust. Okay. Now the third one is the one that a lot of people usually use when they hate someone, but it actually means to be angry. So when you say you hate someone, you don't say you hate the person. Okay. You just say you give me angry nature. Okay. That's how it's translated in the Xhosa. You give me angry. So that person gives you angry nature. Okay? That's the worst you can say about a person. But now in English, you can just say you hate it. You hate a person. But in Xhosa, there's no word to say you hate a person. You say that person gives you an angry nature. Okay? Or you tia. That means you hate the actions of that person. All right? Okay. So I just wanted you all to understand that, you know, that word there is supposed to be tia. Okay? In that verse. Okay, let's move on. So number 3 is, it's not dragons. Mbunguke is fox. Okay, as you see in Google Translate there. Okay, so you change that word from dragons to foxes. All right. Okay, and the next one 4 is the same. So we cruise on. Now the 5th one, Lord will be. Now here I don't know why they are they're making it as if it's a future thing. No, here it's a present thing. The Lord is magnified. Is, okay, that's what that should translate to. Okay, and then magnify on the border of Israel. Okay, so it should read, and your eyes shall see and you shall say the Lord is magnified on the border of Israel. Okay, not will be magnified from the border, like it's magnified from the border onwards. No, it's magnified on the border, all right, on the border of Israel. Okay, now 6, that one, the father, the English just say be a father. No, Yihlo means your father, okay? Not just a father, your father. That's what Yihlo means, okay? You can see even there, Google Translate's trying to get it, but, you know. Anyway, 6 said, so here's another part, another 6. Despise. Now, English says despise, you despise. Delile, to dele is to underestimate, it's not to despise, okay? Or underestimate or disrespect, like the Google Translate say the disrespect. Is de to dele is to underestimate. So Sonin is saying they underestimate my name, they underestimate me. So not despise me. Children of Israel do not despise their father. They underestimate him. That's why they be doing stuff that they're relegating, they're underestimating him. Okay, not despise him. All right, here now there's no it's tebe. It's tebe is a serving mat. So he was complaining about tebe, not table. No, it's tebe. All right, that's what that word is. Okay, and I've even got a picture there of how it looked like as tebe, like as opposed like in Book of John with a kuko. There's a difference between a kuko. This tebe is this place is like a serving mat, and the kuko is what you sit on. Like in the Book of John, somebody, if y'all, because I've already done the Book of John, it's out there. So in Book of John, we had ukuko in there. So, and I had a little picture that show you what a kuko means. So I just wanted to bring it back in there so you can compare it and see what's the difference between tebe and a kuko, right? So kuko you sit on, tebe you serve with, okay? Now 8, there's no difference there, cruzon. 9, hath been. Now, no, it has to be. Kuvele has to be. Okay, so you have to change that. This has to be by your means. Okay, has to be. That's the only thing. Let's use the correct tense so we get the right message in there. Okay, no change in 10. In 11 is good. There goes that thing, future thing again. So it is present. My name is great. Likul means is great, not lizaba. It's not a future thing. Shall be great or shall be. Okay, it is great right now. Okay, that's what the original. Now, Tanga is nations, not Gentiles. Gentiles can be part of the nations, but now if you just say Gentile, it's like the other nations who are not Gentiles. So what? Okay, unless you tell yourself that it's children of Israel and Gentiles. Then okay, fine, they fall under nations. But Nklanga means nations, right? There you go. Shall be offered. See, there's a whole lot of changes here. So if there's a lot of changes in a verse, I put a little thing there that says should read so that I can summarize the whole verse, how you should have read in the first place. So shall be offered. So being offered, okay? So it's not a future thing again, it's a tense thing, but you know, we have to get the right tense to get the right message. So it's being offered. Place incense, incense shall be, not is being offered unto my name, okay? That's what that it should be saying, right? Okay, move on. So now if I were to read everything that is changed in there, from the rising of the sun, even unto the going down of the same, my name is great among the nations, and in every place incense is offered unto my name, and a pure offering for my name is great among the nations, says the Lord of hosts. Okay, so that's how that should be reading. Okay, all right. Where were we now? That was okay. Now, so we are in 12. Now there goes the table again. So instead of table, uses tebe. All right. And then meat is food. Okay, so I don't know why even in Book of John they had the same problem. Instead of food, they just put meat, as if meat we're supposed to just eat meat all the time. So yeah, so you just substitute those words there. Supposed to be food instead of meat. So 13, there's no change, so we move right past it. 14, no change. Now we're in Malachi 2. Melikhaya 2 is first and second, good. There's no change. We're still on track. Now that part, the last part on the 5th verse there, it's supposed to be because of. Oh, I don't know why that didn't come up. It's because of. Ngenga means because of, right? Okay. Right, I'll fix that in a minute. Okay, and then 6, 7, 8, no change. Okay, now 9. But have enclosed on a person in the law, like remember now how the Pharisees used to be going to the Savior, trying to be, asking him questions, law stuff, trying to enclose on him, using the law. That's what that is talking about. Not they have been partial in the law. No, it's not about being partial in the law. It's about is to enclose on somebody using the law. Okay, trying to attack that person or whatever, those. So that's what nesuka na nonelela umdi. Okay, so that means you engulf somebody somebody is in the law, but now y'all engulf him, trying to get him. Okay, that's what that is about. All right, not they've been partial in the law. No. Okay, 10. No change. Now 11. 11. Okay. Now, here's something important that you all need to understand. Now, if you sleep with somebody, it's as if you've married that person, okay? So, to sleep somebody in Xhosa is called to zeka, okay? And that same word means to marry. So, somebody will say, hey, I'm Zeka's a woman from this and this, from the house of this or whatever. So, that means he's married, because you can't sleep with somebody if you're not marrying them. That's the tradition, okay? That's how Xhosa people supposed to be working, but now things are falling through the cracks with the westernization and stuff. So, but that's how it is. So to zeka somebody is to sleep with somebody, and that's the same word for marriage. Okay, and then chata, which you see in Google Translate, chata is the actual ceremony, that feast, that more like a wedding. Mchado is a wedding. Okay, so now in English it should have been chata means wedding, right? And then married is zeka. But now in English, you don't have a zeka. They don't have a term because they already assigned chata to married. Okay. So to zeka is to be married, and then chata is to is the actual wedding. All right. Okay. Now y'all can get it straight now. Okay. Where we now? So 11, we are in 12. Let me scroll down a little bit so we can be on to it. So we'll finish quite early now, because a lot of people talking about my videos, sometimes they're a little too long. Like my people in the villages now tell me about the Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi, the internet connection. It just don't last that long, so they can't view all of my videos like that. So I'm trying to make them as short as possible and straight to the point, so everybody can have time to view them. Okay. So here, 12 and 13. No, there's no change, so everything is the same. So 15. So 14 is good. 15. There's the instead of and did not he make one, yet had he the residue of the no. It should read, not even one was doing this who had residue of the Spirit. Okay, then it makes sense if you read it like that. But if you read it like, and did not he make one, yet he the residue of the Spirit, no, it doesn't even make sense. The Xhosa one, it says akubanga ko namnye okwenzayo oku obane masalela omoya. Not even one was doing this who had the residual spirit. So somebody who had the residual spirit should have been doing this. That's what that means. Okay. So, okay. You understand that better now. Refuse an instruction. To kwala, to refuse an instruction. It's not to put away. Putting away, no. Putting away is not to, kwala is to refuse an instructions. Okay. So, for the Lord of God of Israel says that he hateth people who refuse an instruction. Okay, not people who put it away. You can invest money, you're putting away money, right? So you don't hate that. He even made parables of people not investing stuff, talents. If you remember the parable of talents. So putting away is not a problem. Kwala is a problem, which means refuse an action. An instruction. Okay, excuse me. Okay, that's called kwala. Now let's move on. 16 again. Two problems in this 16. Now, it says, now, I don't know why the translator got this one totally wrong. Okay, and I don't say malice in this, probably some lack of understanding. So, in Xhosa, it says, who covers his garment with violence. Okay, now the English translator say, oh no, who covered his violence with the garment. No, it's not the other way around. This verse is about somebody whose clothes is always covered with violence, as the picture shows you there. Not cover violence with his garment. No, you don't cover violence. You cover your clothes with violence. All right. Okay, that's what it is. Now they just the English translator, they made a mistake. You can actually see that the whole original scrolls were in Xhosa language. You read it right there. And now the English people are messing up sometimes when they translate. You'll even see further down the line. where the English people forgot a certain line and then they started shoving it in the next verse to see that they saw it late and they said, oh man, we're supposed to add this line. But it's already added in the Xhosa. You'll see it further down. And then you get, now 17, good. Now we Malachi 3. Malachi is a short book, so we're almost there. 1 is good, no change in there. So whatever you read on the English is exactly what the Xhosa is saying. Okay. 2, full of soap. No, not full of soap. It's a soda. It's a soap. It's like a fabric. It's like a powdered soap. That powder soap is used to wash, clothes and stuff. We use detergent these days, but now there's still that powder out there. So that powder you pour it in the water, and then you start stamping the blankets, especially the covers like blankets and stuff. Some people, these days don't want to even put it in the machine. These days they still do the same thing, but it's cumbersome. So, but that verse is talking about the soda, about ovuli bemgubo, which means the blanket stampers, people who stamp the blankets. Okay, so in a village there would be people who would be helping out there, in the field where the people are bringing those big old basins, and then they put all the blankets and then put that powdered soap, and then there will be some young men, be stamping in there, some stamping on the covers, make them clean. So that's what that is talking about. Okay, not full of soap, just full of soap. No, soda of blanket stampers. Okay, so you can understand what that is. So that means Msindis, when he return, when he come, he gonna be that king who is really hot. He'll be like a soda. He'll be like fire, umlilo. He'll be like refiner's fire. That is how he's gonna be. Like, he's not gonna be laughing at all. He's gonna be so strict. Okay. Right, he's going to rule with an iron hand. That's what another verse says. So you get a piece of what we're waiting for. So people be talking about, no, everything nailed on the cross. You all need to learn the law right now. So understand Leviticus 23 and understand what we are supposed to be doing. Okay, so that it's a lot easier when Sinus is here, because he's not going to laugh. Okay, offer instead of offer, it says bring offering. So the Levites are going to be bringing offering, not offer. No. They'll bring, because now remember, when the whole temple is reinstated again, the Levites are still going to be doing exactly what they were appointed to do in the days of old. So that's what that is talking about. Because now Melikhaya is talking about current and future. That's why I'm doing this book. It's important. So in the future, it says when that king is running the show here, Msindisi. So when we have the third temple and everything running again, then the Levites are going to be doing exactly the same thing again. Okay, bringing the offer. If you remember how things used to work. Okay, so bring the offer, not just offer. Bring the offer to represent us. Okay, is the Levites. Okay, so they'll probably be working with Msindisi there, ushering them, helping here and there. Okay. Because now a lot of people say, no, but now we have the Savior with it. No, he's not going to be doing everything at the same time. When the Levites are there, and their job is to help in the temple. Okay? Because we'll still do everything that we were told according to the law. All right, now 4, no. 5, 6, no change. Okay, everything the same. Wow, we're still cruising here. 11, 12, no change. 13, 14, 15, pass, zoom pass. Now 17. Mine, instead of mine, it should be your ingobo is the main. Something is a main of somebody. Okay, ingobo yam is the main. All right, not mine, just mine. Main something, right? And then when I make up, Sonia doesn't make jewels. No. It means the day I do this. Okay. The day I do this, not when I make jewels. No. Gemini enenza oku, which means the day I do this, not when I make up my jewels. That's a totally pagan translation right there. It's not a mistranslation or anything. It's a pagan line that's just been added in there. Okay, make up my jewels. What do they think they're doing here? So, and then here, the last one, tonga. To tonga is to single out somebody. Okay. So, not spare, no, to single out. I will single out, choose my people, choose the children of Israel amongst the nations. So, he'll tonga them, all right? Not just spare them, trying to, no. So that should read, and they shall be the main to me, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day that I do this, and I will single them out as a man singles out his own son that serves him, right? So it's about singling them out, right? So you all understand now what's going on. Now the English translators, I don't know why, sometimes they be trying. And then E18, no change. Now we're in the last one. This is a nice short video right here. So my village people are not going to complain talking about this Wi-Fi, you know, it's using a lot of airtime in these videos. But, you know, in as much as I would love somebody to go sponsor them over there, it would, some subscribers of mine are really helping out over there, but it's still, you know, so I'm helping out too on this side by trying to make these videos short, so I don't be talking too much. Okay, Malachi 4:1 is good, and 2 is just one little change in there. That son is not supposed to be a capsule. It's not a name. It's not an entity. It's not supposed to. It's just Ilanga. Ilanga is the sun. Okay, the one we see every day. So now the pagans trying to worship the sun in this thing. No, it's not about the sun worship or putting an emphasis or more important of the sun. No, that should not be caps lock. That S in there for the sun. And then the next one, that grow up. No, it's rejoice, not grow up. Ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stone. No. And Ligobe is to rejoice. All right. Okay, so substitute those words in there. Now here, this part, they just moved. They forgot. They didn't move it. They forgot to put it in there. Okay. Because now when they were reading the closer verses, they read and read there. And then probably somebody came back and said, hey, y'all forgot. They forgot. And then they started adding it. So they probably had already written down. Because now, back in the days when they were writing this, they were writing by hand. Okay. So they had those ink pens. It wasn't a pen. It's like Siba. They called you Siba. So it's like a feather. They put ink inside a feather, and then they put a tip in it. So you can't erase that. So when they were looking at the closer scrolls, they started seeing, oh, they forgot a line. So instead of this was already done, so they started putting it in the next verse. So nibakovule abangendao, and ye shall tread down the weakness. At least they had the right, but now they just forgot to put it in here, so they added in the next one. Okay, can you just see how obvious the closer scrolls were the originals? They were struggling to, they were trying to translate it back into English or Greek. At the time, it was Greek, okay, because they were the ones that Greek and Romans were working hand in hand together, okay. So that was before the Boers and the English came. So it was first the Greeks and the Latin people, Romans, okay. So there you go. Already covered. Oh yeah, that's why. So this part, so they added in the third verse. Okay, as you can see it in there. So everything else in the third verse is good. Okay, and then verse 4. Now, it's not a law. Myalelo Moses is instruction or order of Moses, not law of Moses. No, order or instruction of Moses. Okay, it's the law of Sonini. Not law of Moses. It's the law of Sonini, the creator. But then Moses was the instructor, is the one that brought that law down. Okay? Instruction of Moses. Right? Because Moses didn't only talk about the law. He talked about other stuff that we're supposed to be doing and things like we mustn't forget Sonini. So it's the whole thing. It's the instruction of Moses. Okay? Yalelo. It's order. Instruction. Okay? Now, here's more about this for judgment. Amasiko. Masiko is not judgment. Masiko is culture, okay? Cultural tradition, okay? It's not judgment. So that should have been with all statutes and cultures, or statutes and tradition, not statutes and judgment. These pagans totally remove that one intentionally, because they even in the other books I've already done, John, Zephaniah, and Deuteronomy, they keep ducking this word judgment. And I mean this word amasiko, cultures or tradition. They put judgment in there because they don't, I mean, you can see a pattern. The minute they start trying to erase something, you can see that they're trying to get rid of all cultures, all traditions. So people lose their background, their roots, their culture and tradition. Like they take away this tab and put tables and westernizing the whole thing. So now that's why they're taking out anything that got to do with tradition and culture. so that people can be westernized easier. Talking about judgment. No, they even put a weird word in there that don't even make sense when it's the statute and judgment. No. Imimiselo namasiko, which means statutes and traditions. That's the foundation of the actions of how people Bantu should be acting like. Okay? Not judgment. How do you act is a judgment. Anyway. Smite the earth with a curse. No. Destroy the country through desolation. That's what that is. Not smite the earth curse. Because now they're trying to put as if, no, it's just that curse. Remember, Moses, that curse, you were cursed. No. That curse was long gone. Now it's smiting the country through desolation. Now to panza is to desolate, to panza is to destroy something completely. That means through desolation. So destroy the country through desolation. Okay, that's what Sonin is saying in there, right? This was a nice short video. Ask questions. This is the last verse, by the way. So ask questions if you don't understand. Trying to make this as short as possible. It's already 26 minutes. Woo. All right. Bye.